I'm just gonna come out and say it. Best Pokemon commercial by far, just ever. Nothing can come close to the experience that I went through watching this commercial for the first time, and then several more times after that. This is the perfect Pokemon commercial. It shows everything that Pokemon is in a progressive way, and it almost took every emotion I've ever had towards Pokemon and summed up in one. I've never felt this much hype. I've never felt this excited for Pokemon, and I've been playing it since it came out. I know I've been super excited for Pokemon. I know my passion was capped out. What this did was it added it all together, and it didn't take away from any of my past experiences, and that's amazing. Now, what I really like about it, all ages are here. There are some old people playing Pokemon and showing the enjoyment, and this is what it is. It shows the battling, it shows the training, it shows defeat. So naturally, with all of this crazy stuff going on in the commercial, it's time to look at it a little bit more in depth and see everything that we missed, or at least try to come up with a really good, just figuring out what's going on here, because there are a couple of things that hint at the next game. You know, there is this part, like after we go through all the champions, after we go through all the legendary Pokemon, and they build up into it. It's 2016, and then boom, we get to see drawings for Pikachu. But then, oh, what's that? That was a frame right there, and we get to see, you know, a new cafe right here. We get to see, I don't know what that is. It's tough to say what that is, actually. But, I mean, that looks like it's in the Pokemon Center, because there's the red for the Pokemon Center. That looks like inside of the Pokemon Center. Is that, like, half cafe side, half shop side? I think that might actually be the Pokemart. They incorporate the Pokemart together with that again. That looks like it, because this looks like, if you look right up here, that actually looks like the entire Pokemon Center thing. Now, I'm sorry if you wanted, like, a bigger full-screen version. I'm not trying to, like, freeboot this video or anything. I'm trying to stay within fair use and at least break it down in a not completely stealing way, which is why there's separate audio. But I mean, right here, we see the Pokemon Center design. That's already something, and you know, it flashes by really quick, and then we see more on the Pokemon Center. Actually, yeah, that has to be a Pokemart, because there it is again, and it has the blue coloring in it. So Pokemart and cafes are going to be merged in one, so it looks like cafes might have a bit more significance, and that was another frame where we see I can't believe I'm actually clicking on these first try. Now, this is amazing. We get more insight to the Pokemon world. I think we saw this with Pokken Tournament. They're really building upon the Pokemon world for the games. They're bringing it close to the anime. They're bringing it closer to real life, and that's the super exciting thing about this. So this looks like a moving truck. I mean, if you got like Machamp, maybe it's just, it might just be a family, you know, father, daughter, just kind of chilling around, driving their Pokemon around. That's super awesome too. There's trucks. Now, the designs of trucks leaves all kinds of speculation. People said that you might be able to drive. I'm like, I don't think it's going to be that exactly, but hey, this is cool. Pokemon ambulance, Pokemon, that's a fire truck. That's just a fire truck right there. You got Blastoise riding. It's like, you know what? Who needs like fire hydrants and who needs a tank of water? We just have a Blastoise on a cherry picker, just mow that fire down. So we've already seen this in the anime too, where they have the Squirrel Squad and all the other evolutions that, wait, was it Squirrel Squad? They became firefighters, I think. They were just like a rogue group, and then they joined the other Blastoise and more turtle stuff. It's amazing. So then we have an ambulance, so mobile Pokemon Center. I wonder what significance this is going to have. Oh, way to go. I just noticed this. It says confidential. 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 Okay. So yeah, they flashed it for like just barely anything, you know, right there, boom, just immediately gone. Then we get to see something blurry in the background right there, some notes. Oh, hey, I paused that in the good frame. So yeah, another truck. Ooh, that looks like oh, that's a hotel, and there's a Slacking right there. Yo, see, they're bringing this world together. They're incorporating all that Pokemon branding, because if you're tired, you're going to be lazy like a Slacking. And when you want to sleep, there's no better way of branding it. Come here and sleep like a Slacking. So there's trucks, so we have more. It looks like they're really trying to incorporate automobiles, at least. Like, they're bringing the modernization into the Pokemon world, and all the models look amazing. Now, what is this? That looks like a shower. Oh, that's the inside. That's the inside. That looks like a shower and a kitchenette right there. So I think that's going to be the inside of those, if we can actually see it right there. I hope you guys, yeah, you guys can make it out just fine in this video. We have some kind of Pokemon Mansion Hall thing that we get to see coming up right here. There's a trainer, there's a Horsey, and there's elemental types. Is this... Also, what is... Oh, it goes by so fast. I need to make sure I get on the right frame. Actually, no, I thought that... Yeah, we just have random colors right here. Oh! Water-type gym. Water-type gym. This is a water-type gym. It has to be. Like, we have the Chinchou, we have the Spheal, and Staryu. Is that how you spell it? Chinchou or Chinchou? I don't know, but... And if we saw it from the zoom out, we see more water Pokemon. So that has to be the water-type gym. Yeah. And I suck at clicking on it, apparently. Yeah, we have Horsey, we have Magikarp, and, or it's Aquarium, not a gym. Pokemon, we have another Aquarium in this game. And right down here, we see something else. I think that's actually like a split room. Okay, Aquarium. There's gonna be another Aquarium. That has some significance. And if we see the zoom in, so I saw people already talking that kind of looks like red. I don't know, that could just be the new trainer. Is that the male and female characters, or just random people? It seems like it could fit. Like they just got off the moving truck or something, and then, you know, she has a suitcase and luggage and trainer. And it's just a sketch, like, let's put people in here. But yeah, that's Pokemon Aquarium for sure. And then this. You know, it's in the thumbnail. It's the new bird Pokemon thing. It looks definitely like, I've heard anywhere from hummingbird to woodpecker. I'm going with hummingbird on this one. Like, it looks like it's going to be super small and buzzy and stuff, and that's going to be the flying Pokemon. So do we see anything else? Oh, is that Helix? I think that's an Ammonite. I think they've gone all out on the Helix right there. So now we can go and break down all the other things. We got Pokeballs everywhere. We got the Cynthia. We got the Garchomp. Oh, Cynthia and Garchomp. You know, is there anything printed on his shirt that could give away? Now let's have another look at that new bird Pokemon, which we can absolutely tell right off the bat is not a fletchling. I don't know, guys. Some people have been saying that. They might be desperately trying to cling on to, like, Generation 6.5. No, this is 7th generation, and we can tell immediately because we're looking at the back of its head on the left and the front of it on the right, so it has that up curve to its head. Fletchling doesn't have that. It has a very smooth head, and that also makes me realize this is probably not a hummingbird Pokemon either. It's a woodpecker, most likely, because they have that little tuft that tends to, like, curve up. Also, the coloring is very similar to certain breeds of woodpecker, so I think that that's what we're looking at. And yeah, I actually really like the design, honestly. Some people are like, oh, it's just a stupid bird. Now, while we do normally get, like, something more complex like a Zoroark or any other kind of Pokemon announced, like starters that are going to be a bit more they're going to give more away about what the generation represents, I think this is awesome. This is a nice framework teaser. This is the ultimate teaser. It's like, hey guys, this is a new Pokemon, just in case you had any doubts, this is not 7th generation, even though people still tend to find out. And it just gives us a nice idea. Now, what I really like is that this feels like a Pokemon. So one cool thing is that Poketo Monster on Twitter decided to try to do an artist interpretation, and I honestly really like it, that it feels a bit more traditional. I think that if we can get a lot more Pokemon like this, it can turn out really well. So that's another thing. I'm really actually getting more excited just from the designs and everything that we're looking at. You know, these are really well thought out, real wholesome views of the Pokemon world. And one other thing I forgot to mention, because now I'm like in editing and I'm realizing a couple things I've messed up. There's a palm tree. I don't know what it means. It could give away where the region is going to be, but outside of the aquarium area thing, there's a palm tree, and it's a cool thing. It could also be Pokemon Water Gym. I still don't know, but it looks nice. I don't read Japanese. Oh, they're using Maya for this. So Pokemon, they're going really good on those designs and stuff. So I think that that's like really what we can break down from what they gave us there. So we got some Pikachu designs. We had kind of looked at that. Like, do we look around the office and stuff? There's Dawn and Piplup and the Blur. That's the design for the logos right there, is what that looks like. Pikachu just waving at us. Pikachu, Zoroark. I don't think there's anything else that we can really find. Oh, I just went full screen, which is really bad for this. I clicked too fast. There's purple things over there. I think there was like something black that I didn't get to really make out. But I think that's everything. Like, all the other notes and stuff are pretty blurred. But I also wanted to go through the commercial itself, because like I said, the commercial is so fantastic. It goes through all the stages, you know, collect. You go through, and then going through all the generations in games. Now, even the subtleties. How many of you guys did this when you were that age? Everyone should be raising their hand right now, because that was it. You turned on the light, and you needed the light for the Game Boy. He should probably be holding it like closer if they wanted to make it super accurate. Have it like directly up to that light. Some random drawings. I don't think that looks like anything. But yeah, that was it. You know, you're under the covers, playing your games, not catching your Pokemon. I mean, look at that guy. That's a man. That's an adult right there, playing at the bus stop or on the bus, I think. That's what Pokemon's all about right there. So you eventually catch it. You know, you go through the failures, you evolve. Oh, and one thing, when I was doing my video, I was like, oh man, I never caught my Milotic. Dude, screwiest thing ever. In Ruby Sapphire, I caught all of the Pokemon except for Milotic. How's this possible? I caught a Feebas, I found the magic tile, I screwed up on the beauty things, and I never had Milotic. So my Pokedex was complete, except for Milotic. It It was absolutely silly. And there's that, so now we get to go through, you know, Zoroark and all the other Pokemon, and that's another old man. That dude's older than me. He's, what, 30? I'm not good at guessing ages, but he looks like 28-ish, you know. So then we go into trade. So yeah, you start bringing out the link cables, and then the evolution of that. You got father-daughter playing Pokemon. You go through all the trade sequences. That, like, this is what really got me, where I'm like, oh, now they're just super progressing hard on this. Train the Vivillon over from countries, you know, you're sharing it. Her excitement, yo, this is how I felt watching the, it's Pokemon, it's gonna be Sun and Moon. It was great. So, Magikarp, why'd you give me a Magikarp? Stupid Wonder Trade. Then you're battling, you go against the battles right there, and everyone's gonna face that defeat right there. That's all it took. They know Whitney. Everyone chose Cyndaquil, man. Cyndaquil looked cool. It evolved into the Super Typhlosion fired cloak dude, and then all of a sudden you get roll-outed, and that's a lot of damage. Oh, you get bodied as well. Just bodied all over the place. No one's happy about that one. No one's happy about that one. You just getting rocked, and of course, big Mama Kangaskhan dropping your Azumarill. That's the face of someone that gets wrecked at a coffee shop right there. Actually, hamburgers. Okay. But then you get your second wind. You get the revenge, and you start to win again. And the joy, like this is why it's the perfect Pokemon commercial. You bring in your Mega Lucario, you dumpster. I wonder if that was intentional about the, like, you know, Smogon. It's like, hey, you banned these guys and they're fighting. I'm just saying that right there. But then in your face, I am the best kid on the playground, running out in the woods, yo. Who didn't run out in the woods pretending to play Pokemon? That's me right there. That's me and my buddies. That's how we did it. And then roller skating, like they're sharing your adventures. You know, you bike, you go out in the forest, you might roller skate. You stay connected, and then there was this part. And then they show all the languages as well, because now it's Chinese. Adding Chinese is really amazing. But this is what got me right here. Because it went through, like, the intros, and it went into, like, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, man. Represent my favorite Pokemon games of all time right here. But then the champions. Boom. Champions flash by. I accidentally zoomed it in again. All the legendaries come up, and then all the titles as we walk through. And then we knew. And then we knew main series 2016, Sun and Moon confirmed. And I think that's all that there really is to this commercial. Like, I wanted to really just show, maybe there's some little secrets in here. I've been seeing people speculate. I've been talking with friends, and it looks like we've got everything on this. I think I noticed some things they didn't. I don't think they noticed that was an aquarium. This is like the only blackened out weird piece right here. But yeah, it looks like we're going to have a really awesome Pokemon Center and everything else like that. If you guys noticed something, please comment down below. If you enjoyed just loving this commercial with me, please leave a like as well. And I think that's all we have for today. So we're super hyped. Now we wait for that first trailer. We see the starters. Koro. It's on. It's on right now. We have new Pokemon generation. I would like to say that I was always there. Almost 2 years of saying it's going to be 7th generation next. Everyone doubted me. Still on top, and that's all that matters. So if you guys enjoyed the video, I hope you all have a nice day. Thank you for watching.